Alright, next up, the most divided movie that divided fans and critics, Suicide Squad, directed by David Ayer, starring Will Smith, Jared Leto, Margot Robbie, Joel Kinnaman, Viola Davis, and the list keeps going on from right here. Joel Kinnaman, Joy Courtney, Jay Hernandez, Adewale Adu-Abaje, if I pronounce your name right, Scott Eastwood, Ike Barinholtz, and Cara Delevingne. And Adam Beach too, which we'll get to in a bit. Yeah, this movie, Suicide Squad, is actually one of the most divided movies that divided fans, critics, and especially how the way everything has gone. But anyways, let's start off first from the very beginning. Story. The story is basically Viola Davis' character Amanda Waller bringing in part of the government to at least advise them that superheroes, despite what has happened to the events of Batman v Superman with Doomsday, I think it's time they need some sort of group operated by the government, in which is a Suicide Squad, and we get the introduction of Deadshot, Harley Quinn, Killer Croc, El Diablo, Captain Boomerang, and many others, even though a few of them that have been missing. And yeah, it introduces that, and we get to know a little bit of their backstories, small tidbits of it, which we'll get to in a bit. And the story, it's good, but it's a bit convoluted because there's a lot of characters that focuses on. And I do give the story a bit of a mixed reception, which is a bit of a divided side. As for 2, Floyd Lawton, played by Will Smith, or should I say Deadshot, he does a great job. He actually is the one that carries the whole movie. His motivation here is to make monies in order to help provide for his daughter and at least give whatever he can for his daughter. But not only that too, his daughter already knows that he is a hitman, a hired gun who will take whatever contract to kill anybody in order to get paid. And still what he's trying to do though is find himself and relate to his daughter and not become a piece of shit, which he is motivated to do. And then with that, we get to see a scene of Batman taking Deadshot with some people knowing connections by Amanda Waller, who wants to bring him in. And then with that, that's when Deadshot gets stuck in prison, and we get to know a little bit of his backstory, and that's how it ends. I think Will Smith as Deadshot is a good part, so I give it a plus. As for Margot Robbie as Harleen Quinzel, or Harley Quinn, she nailed it. I love her so damn much. I thought, in my opinion, she is actually Tara Strong as Harley Quinn, voicing her since pretty much for quite some time. I give her credit, but Margot Robbie as the live-action Harley Quinn, wow, absolutely loved her. We do get a little bit of her backstory and how she wants to fall in love even faster with Joker. Even though Joker doesn't want nothing with her, he's just using her in order for him to escape. And yeah, that's when everything goes on. And we finally get to know the creation of Harley Quinzel turn into Harley Quinn. And I thought her Margot Robbie's performance is absolutely great, and I give that a plus. And here's the next person on the line, who was technically supposed to be the main villain of the movie, but it's actually Enchantress, which we'll get to her in a bit. Joker, played by Jared Leto. To me, in my opinion, I liked him. I'll give you guys a bit of an example. The Adam West Joker, I thought he was more of a clown. The Jack Nicholson's Joker, I thought he was more of a gangster Joker. Heath Ledger's Joker is more of a anarchist Joker. The Joker from the animated series, in my opinion, I think he's the Joker. And then this Joker here, which is Jared Leto's character, is more of an unpredictable psychopath, which also I said the same thing too with Lex Luthor's role too with Jesse Eisenberg. And yeah, I gotta say he is good, but man, he's only in there for 10 minutes, but we get 2 more minutes in the extended cut, and we do get to know a bit of a catchphrase for him. If you're not so crazy, I think you're insane. It's a bit cheesy and a bit hammy, but okay, that's what it is. So yeah, I give Jared Leto a pass. I just want to see how much he will do more, even though we already have Joaquin Phoenix having his own Joker origin story, which to me, I'm like, really, DC and Warner Brothers? What the fuck? But hey, at least that's that. As for Viola Davis as Amanda Waller, Jesus, I don't want to mess with her at all. She will do whatever she can to fuck with your life and fuck you over. Wow, I thought Viola Davis as Amanda Waller was great. Geez, she's even motivated to at least make everybody her bitch. And I gotta say, Viola Davis nails her role out of the park, and I give her a plus. As for the rest of the Suicide Squad, I would have to go with, let's start with Captain Boomerang, played by Jai Courtney. Plays a good douchebag, even though he plays a douchebag in every movie, so I give him a plus. Killer Croc, played by Adewale Adu-Abaje, if I do pronounce it right. Makeup looks great. I wished he could have been a bit more bigger, but at least with how the way he looked and how the way he performed was great. I can't wait to see more of him in maybe the sequel or maybe in a future Batman movie. Who knows what they got planned, since Warner Brothers is smashing their skulls in the wall, not knowing what they want to do with these characters. Rick Flag, played by Joel Kinnaman. I thought his role was actually cool, even though Tom Hardy was about to play the role, but due to not to conflicts, but to a busy work schedule, we got replaced. I thought he was okay, even though I would have loved to see a little bit more of his development, even though we get to see a little bit of his backstory, even though he does fall in love with Enchantress, which has motivated him to at least pursue his interest. And yeah, I gotta give Rick Flag a bit of a plus. He's okay. As for Katana, she is absolutely awesome. Her backstory just comes in really, really fast, and yeah, she gets introduced nearly halfway through with the movie. I would love to see a little bit of a small backstory, even though the only backstory we get is like she only goes on a killing spree due to the death of her husband by some gang members, and that's about it. And I thought her role was great, and her kicking ass with that katana was absolutely fucking cool. And I can't wait to see more in Suicide Squad 2 and maybe Gotham City Sirens if it happens, and who knows if she's going to be in Birds of Prey. Yeah, give her a plus. El Diablo, played by Jay Hernandez. I liked him a lot. He's really relatable, seeing that he has a really dark backstory of what happened to him and his family. To me, I had the feels of what he actually has been through throughout his life. And I gotta say, Jay Hernandez, who knows if he's coming back in the sequel, because he's technically alive. So let's see what Warner Brothers is playing for him if they don't hit their skulls. Slipknot. I really love to see a little bit more of him, but man, I knew from the get-go, from the trailer, that he was going to get killed off fast, and it happened. He died really fast. He disobeyed the orders, all thanks to Captain Boomerang, and he gets his head exploded, and that was an example of that. But who knows? That's all we get from Adam Beach's character. So yeah, not much. Griggs, the warden of the whole prison place. I liked Ike Barinholtz's character. He's really hilarious. I really would love to see more, but to me, the screen time was at least enough for him to at least show off how much of a douchebag Morton he is. Even though his jokes were really freaking hilarious, especially the part where he meets the Joker. I thought that part was hilarious, and yeah, I gotta give him credit to that. Q, played by Scott Eastwood. Even though he was Shia LaBeouf was nearly close to becoming Q, he's okay. That's all I gotta say. He doesn't get much character development. He's just there. So yeah. So yeah, a little bit on the divided. I like the Suicide Squad cast. But even though there's a few of them that I really would love to see a bit of screen time. So yeah, I'll give it a bit of a plus right there. So I'll give it that. June Moon, Enchantress, who is actually the main villain of the movie. I liked her, but her as the main villain, man, I wasn't a fan at all. Cara Delevingne does really good, but man, she was a bit hammy, and her motivations were a bit generic, and I was a bit disappointed with their character. And all I can say is, why didn't you guys stick with Joker, Warner Brothers? What the fuck? But hey, that's what you guys chose, and this is why the movie drags down. So that gets... As for the action, I gotta say the action was really good, really solid. I did like the back of Deadshot doing his contracts, the Suicide Squad members taking on their first mission in the very beginning where they had to take down those bad guys, Deadshot proving all the way his combat skills. The building was cool, and especially nearly all the Suicide Squad members taking down Enchantress was really cool. But I really would love to see a little bit more of the action, but at least we got what we got. And yeah, to me, the action is pretty solid. The soundtrack, I really did like it, especially Queen being part of the soundtrack. I did like it a lot, even though there's some part of the soundtrack that is a bit hammy, but at least it works, even though it's trying so hard to be Guardians of the Galaxy. The comedy, I thought the comedy was actually cool, really hammy though, but at least to me, the comedy in this movie was really hilarious. Will Smith as Deadshot was funny. And also, Ike Barinholtz's character as Griggs was also funny. Margot Robbie was also funny, and nearly all the characters had a bunch of funny jokes, and I got to give it credit to that. So yeah, that gets a plus. And also, I forgot to mention too. That's the reason why the movie was also delayed with the next cuts for this. So how the way the movie works, it's okay, it's fine at all. Here's the biggest con of all the cons of this movie. Jesus. Scenes were cut in this movie. There was so much missing from the trailer. Actually, this is the part where I completely rant. What the fuck, Warner Brothers? Why did you guys interfere in this fucking movie? You guys ruined... All I can say is, why did you guys interfere with David Ayer's movie? You guys did exactly a bad freaking reputation for this. And not only that too, you guys removed Joker as the main villain and just wanted to add Enchantress in. Why? And also, the editing is so choppy. Why did you guys even do that? And the sad part is, why did you guys make Enchantress the villain? And the sad part is the editing is so choppy and it needed some work, but at least we got what we got. And yeah, I really would love to see a bit more scenes and also more of the Joker so it can prove everybody that he's not just a pretty bad Joker, but at least he can prove himself to be a worthy Joker of a psychopath, even though that's how it was with Lex Luthor's character. But that's all we get. And Warner Brothers, seriously, get your fucking hands off these properties. Trust your directors and let them do their fucking work. David Ayer had a great plan for this, to have these main villains. We were going to get some more backstory from these other characters, but you guys got your hands dirty and you managed to put your hands inside the movie. What the fuck? Yeah, all I can say is that gets a negative. Is this movie worth watching? Yes. This movie is worth watching. I would give this movie a lot of credits. Yeah, the editing is a bit choppy. Enchantress is an villain. Joker, underused, even though that was how they were promoting the movie, even though he's in for 10 minutes of the movie, and the extended cut, 12 minutes in there. And as for the extended cut, we only get a bit of character development for a few characters and a bit of extended scenes. But from the stuff from the trailer that happened, we never got it, especially with the Joker activating a grenade. And yeah, he was actually the main villain in the movie, but they removed that out. What the fuck, Warner Brothers? Well, anyways, guys, my final verdict of this movie is a difficult one, but it's a 7 out of 10. Does it get a yes seal approval? No. Well, anyways, guys, next time when we come back, we'll be reviewing Wonder Woman. So I'll see you guys next time with Nerd of the 90s. I am out. Let's see what you guys say about Suicide Squad. 1, story.
All over the place.
Could have been better.
Deadshot.
Will Smith was just Will Smith.
I didn't really like Deadshot.
Yeah. Harley Quinn.
Yes.
I agree on that.
The character was spot on.
Captain Boomerang.
I actually like them.
I don't know much about that character, so...
I didn't like the actor.
Killer Croc.
The makeup was really good.
Makeup was good.
Character, I mean, actor could have been taller, but other than that, good.
Good actor. They had a good actor, but they could have done more with them.
Alright. Katana.
Not bad.
I wish he had dialogue.
Yeah. Diablo.
Pretty interesting character.
Yeah, interesting.
Slip. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know, for him though, I didn't mind that he died at the end. I just wish they did kill him. I don't know, I liked him more.
Slipknot.
I don't know much about that character either, so...
Alright.
Honestly, he died.
Rick Flag.
Not bad.
I wish they could have picked a better actor, because who was it, Jai Courtney?
No, RoboCop. Forgot his name though.
Oh. Yeah, but...
He was okay. Tom Hardy was, but he didn't have a chance. Enchantress. The main villain.
Sexy. You said describe her.
Yeah.
She's a hot actress, but I don't know. Different. They should have different villains.
Yeah.
Yeah, different villain for sure, and her... I don't know, her acting was confusing to me.
Joker. Haters.
Disappointing.
I just
Disappointing.
all I say
Haters.
is he should have been the main villain. They should have actually showed off like what that Joker can do. We didn't even get anything from that Joker, so to me, it's all right.
Ringo.
But compared to other Jokers, they actually showed what they're made of. This one really didn't show anything.
Alright. Action and soundtrack.
All right, soundtrack. I like the soundtrack.
Soundtrack was good.
It's actually. I would say they did a really good choice of soundtrack. What was it one?
Action.
Action.
Action scenes were good.
Actually, they were
Action
good.
scenes were good.
Okay. Cons.
Cons, editing should have been more straightforward. It just felt some scenes were just thrown there just to throw there. Backstories felt not slightly rushed, but they could. I don't know. They should have had better character development.
Yes.
I will say that.
And the story felt rushed.
Alright. Final verdict.
4 out of 10.
3 out of 10.
Ooh.
All I can say is better improved for the second one. That's all I'm gonna ask.
Let's see how it goes with Birds of Prey and Suicide Squad 2. Done, guys. Alright, later.